And I am back with a first place locals deck profile. I just want to say before I start that this deck, for me, I am so satisfied with it, and it does everything that I ever wanted the deck to do. And there's nothing that I ever needed during the tournament that I was like, oh yeah, I need this card or this card. I never ever was like that. I had everything I needed the whole time. So I'll talk about my matchups and everything. All right, so let's get into the deck profile. All right, so obviously I'll go through these couple cards quick. These are standards: three necro slime, three swirl slime, always three, triple Kepler, and three ragnarok, the best monster in the main deck. All right, I run two berfomet. Another DD player asked me if I still ran these, and the answer was yes, because you need Wave King Caesar, and that DD player, he wasn't doing so well at the tournament today because he was not running two of these. So you always need two of these at all times because you need Wave King Caesar. Thomas, I can't see running one or three. Two is really great because he gets your stuff back from your pendulum zones, and he can make your rank 8 plays a lot more live and stuff like that. So one time I did scale and get Kepler back and go off for a game like that. I'll talk about it later. Leonidas actually won me a game because I had Ragnarok scaled and a bunch of things engraved, and his effect went off when I had Gate to burn me. And then Leonidas did special, and then Ragnarok and scale went off, and then I went into Temujin and all that stuff. So yeah, double Leonidas, not three, just two, just because he's a name. Double Maxx C, you want to draw into your combo pieces, and drawing cards. One top deck can win you games, so you want to draw with double Maxx C. Now instead of Valor, I run Ghost Ogre because it is a level 3 tuner, and I'll talk about it. You'll see. I'll talk about my synchros later. But yeah, and it can stop a face-up spell trap or a monster effect and negate and destroy it instead of Valor's just negates. So I do like Ghost Ogre a lot better. One pendragon. People were most DD players actually don't play this card for some reason. I think this card is really great. He's one of the reasons why I don't really main Twin Twisters, and he becomes 31, so you can swing over big monarchs and cosmos ships and things like that. You can swing over most things after you get him to pop a spell or trap. He's actually really devastating for your opponent. Depending on what time you actually summon him, because you also have Witch too. So yes, one pendragon. All right, here are my two tuners, a Stygian Security and an Unknown Synchron. I like this Cyber Dragon effect, and I do like his effect to search a level 1 as soon as he's destroyed by battle, so you can get Kepler for the search. But I don't run two of this or two of this because I do like both effects, and sometimes I do need this effect, and sometimes I do need this effect. It just depends on what I need, because I run Where Art Thou. So yeah, here's my tuners right here. All right, so the spells are basically obvious: 3 gate. Two Swamp King, not one, because your opponent's going to try to go after this card. This card is really your backup to the gate, so you really need Swamp King. And two is really good because they do a lot of work getting rid of one, and then the second one comes out, and your opponent's kind of exhausted their resources by the time they got rid of one of these cards. So yes, double Swamp King. I still play double War Art Thou. I can't see taking this card out because this makes it so that just about every monster in the deck is searchable except for Ghost Ogre because of the Unknown Synchron and the Stygian Security. They become searchable because of this, and the Necro Slime also becomes searchable. He becomes more searchable because of the War Off Thou. And you already know about the burning 2,000 damage and the DR gaining that. So double War Off Thou. I run double Allure Darkness. I met a DD player who was running 3, and he actually this is the only card in his hand, and he top decked 2 cards that helped him go into game. I don't run 3, number 1, because I don't have a third one yet, and number 2, because I feel like a lot of times you don't want your hand to be... You have a lot of cards that, you don't want to get rid of your hand. A lot of times with this deck, you want to keep a hand, so even though Allure Darkness... Because you don't want to, you want to use this at the right time, so you use these conservatively, and it helps you draw power out. You can really get big combo plays and things like that, so 2 Allure Darkness. Alright, so for the one-ons for my spells... Foolish Burial and 1-for-1. I didn't see Foolish Burial all day, the day of the tournament, but it's still good to have there. Well, maybe I saw it once and I sent the Necro Slime to grave, but I only saw it one time. I'm thinking about taking it out, but it's actually a really good card for the deck, so I won't. So yeah, 1-for-1 and Foolish Burial, and you already know about this because you don't want to normal summon Kepler and leave him in attack position. So 1-for-1. Our traps are actually pretty light. So, 1 Dark Contract, the Witch. I keep this in the deck because I actually did need it today during the duel, and I didn't know I actually put it in the deck. And I was searching through after I normal summoned Kepler, and I did need this card. I was like, what if I had Witch? Then I actually found it in my deck, and it helped me go for game because you can really disrupt your opponent's plays and things like that. I was playing against an anti-meta Card of Demise, and he was just sitting on his trap cards. And if you guys have heard me in past videos, I think people who sit on the trap cards are bad players, and I think they don't have any skill at all. But I was using this card and Dark Contract with errors, and I was using holding legs, and that basically won me the game because he couldn't get over anything. So I'll talk about it more in a little bit. And then the other three traps are the Solemn Brothers. I call them the Solemn Brothers. The Warning, the Strike, the Scolding. I didn't see Scolding really very much, but these cards help it so that the deck can really do anything, can negate anything. So just the Solemn lineup here. You can go 3, but I like the effect. This card can negate anything, like no matter what, if it's the only set card. And you always have your contracts face up. So yeah, a Strike, Warning, Scolding. I do it for the versatility so I can get all those effects out. So for the extra deck, I have 3 Darks. I was thinking about doing 2, but the third one, you always do need a third one, just in case. And the third one did win me a game against Heroes because he didn't have, all he had was the Honor Arc on board, and I swung over it, and he was drawing. He had a bad hand. He couldn't get over it. So yeah, the DR, you always need 3. Alright, so I'm so thankful for this card. Double Flame King Genghis. Whenever a DDA's special summon to your side of the field, except during the damage step, you can target another DD engrave and special summon it. This card helps you swarm the field even more, helps you go into big plays. I go into Clearwing Synchro with this card. I'll talk about that more a little bit later. And if you have any rank 6s, you can go into rank 6s and that stuff. So he's I just don't like that he's 2000 attack, but his effect is really, really good. So yeah, Double Flame King Genghis, you need 2, just in case your opponent gets rid of 1. But the thing is that Genghis is usually not your opponent's biggest problem, so they're usually gonna like leave this card alone to go after more cards like D-Arc and Ragnarok and just stuff like that. All right, 1 big fusion. Some people run 2. I feel like you don't need 2 because it just takes up an unnecessary space in your extra deck. And when you summon 1, your opponent usually can't do anything about it. So 1 is totally fine, in my opinion. All right, my synchro lineup consists of beelze, stardust, and clearwing synchro. Clearwing synchro, it's only a 7, but anytime I have clearwing synchro, I usually will go into it. Beelze because he can't be destroyed by battle card effect. Because in this deck, you really have enough offense already. So I feel like I use my synchros more as defense, really. Beelze is either offense or defense. He is what he is. But yeah, these 2 are really for protection, really. I do like Clearwing better because these days it's all about monster effects. And Clearwing, I had this guy. I was playing against rank 10 trains, and I had Clearwing. I had the big Caesar, the 32. I had Ragnarok, the 22 Ragnarok, and I had Witch back row, Gate, and Swamp King back row. And he really couldn't do anything about it. He was locked out and I had Maxx C in hand, and I Maxx C'd. So basically, he was gonna have to, because he was running trains. He had that 3K that becomes 0 whenever it's normal summoned without tributing, and he just did that, and I Maxx C'd. And what could he do? Because I had this, and if he activated a monster effect, I was going to destroy it. And then I had Witch in my hand. I just popped something else. So he really had nothing. There's nothing he could really do about it. I run double Wave King Caesar. I really gave the hero matchup. I gave him a lot of problems with this card because heroes struggle so hard to like kill monsters, but then he just brings them right back. And then the hero players are like, oh well, I did all that work for nothing. This card and Swamp King really won me games, really, because he searches out a contract whenever he's sent from field to grave, or sent from the field to the grave. Yeah, so it just helped me search out my Swamp Kings and as well as my my gates, and I could just get everything I needed. And he was a really good hero player at that. He had a really different deck. He had that big Utopian monster that it becomes Armades when you detach 2 from it. But I got over it with the Witch and everything. So double Wave King Caesar, really need this card. This card's very important. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys before I go on, you can make this card with Ghost Ogre and berfomet. So yeah, you can just special summon berfomet and normal summon Ghost Ogre and go into this card. So yeah, that was just a quick little thing I forgot to tell you guys. My rank 7s are always this Big Eye and Red Eyes. Big Eye helped me take some of those monsters away from Blue Eyes. So like, whenever Blue Eyes will establish a board, like Maiden or something, I usually swing at the Maiden, and then I let the Blue Eyes come out, and I take the Blue Eyes every time. Like every time they put like Blue Eyes, they think that Maiden play is strong, but they bring Blue Eyes out, and you just take whatever Blue Eyes they put out there. Just take it and just swing over their monsters with it. Like so, yeah. Red Eyes and Big Eye. This one's for the, you know, leave him at 200 or 300 life points and just summon this and tell him go, and you win. Alright, so for my rank 8s, my Harbinger, Kali Yuga, and Felgrand, I had 2 of these at first because you can just drop this card whenever because of Thomas, and then it's like, why, this card is pretty busted, so it's like, why not just drop this card all the time, you know? But I actually did not see Felgrand at all. I saw Harbinger Dragon one time, but, you know, this card's busted as well. But Kali Yuga really got me over those rank 10 trains. Because he's 35, and a lot of those things are like 32 or 3,000. And you could also use Harbinger Dragon to get over it because of the monster effects and stuff like that. Excuse me, the spells. Excuse me, but they are 3K, and he's pretty big, so they won't. You know, it's harder for them to swing over him. So yeah, that's my rank 8s. So it's like onto my matchups. I played anti-meta Demise. I played Blue Eyes, Heroes, and rank 10 trains. The Blue Eyes, I beat him with the Rivalry of the Warlords, Lightning Prising Mirror, and then Witch was just popping his stuff. Anti-meta, I beat them with the Dark Contract, the Heirs, Holding Legs, and Dark Contract with the Witch. Heroes, Swamp King really just went in. Rank 10 trains, it was Clearwing and Swamp King just going in. So basically Swamp King was really the best card of the day for me. Swamp King really went in and did a lot of work, and that's how I got first place. So if you guys have anything to say, please like, comment, subscribe. This deck does everything I need to do. There's nothing that I needed that this deck could not provide for me during the day. In my opinion, this is the best deck, in my opinion. So you guys have a nice day. All right, bye.